I want you guys to imagine something here, right? Close your eyes and just imagine with me here for a second, right? You've found this avenue in which you want to pursue a business in or a side hustle in, and it's promising you $100,000 a year and an ability to make millions and millions of dollars, and you're really, really excited and you just cannot wait to get started. You have the enthusiasm, you know what to do, and you just can't wait to get started. You have that that time when you first got into whatever business you're in, or the first time you tried something, I don't know, the first time you rode a bike or the first time you went to a certain restaurant. It's like that first time excitement. You just cannot wait to just get in there and just get started and to crush it. And you eventually do. You eventually start this business. You start the side hustle, and month one comes in. Month one finishes out. You can go to month three. You go to month six. Let's say you're at the 6 month mark, right? Your 6 months of all this hard work and effort put into this side hustle, and the results are disappointing in your opinion. Let's just say you wanted to make $50,000 in 6 months, and you've only came out with $20,000. If you're like anybody else, you would feel like you either overestimated what your capabilities are. There's maybe a lack of confidence in the business model or in yourself, and there's just a lot of doubts and a lot of unclarity happening in your head right now. But let's just say you keep going, right? Let's just say you're part of that 1%, a part of that really perseverant, really resilient tribe of people that just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. Let's say you get to the year mark. It's been 1 year since you've started this endeavor, and let's just say four easy numbers. You had the goal for $100,000 that you wanted to make in this year time in this business, right? That's what all the gurus are promising you. That's what all these people on TikTok and Instagram were telling you was possible. And you get to that year mark, and your total was $50,000 for the whole year. Now, $50,000 a year in making your own money, right, without having a boss and being self-employed, that's great. That is super, super phenomenal. That's really commendable. But it's not the $100,000 that you wanted to hit. It's not the goal that you set for yourself. And then comes those doubts again. That unclarity, that lack of confidence is coming in. Does this really work? Am I really good at this? Right? Now, let's take another example. Let's say you have another person that goes into that same business and they are just as excited. They are ready to rock and roll. They have all the energy, the same energy that the last person had. They're just ready to go and get started in this. And the only difference between the last person and this person is that this person had a roadmap to get to where they wanted to be, right? They had a clear path that was that could be accounted for to get from where they're starting now in day one to day 365 at the end of the year. Let's just say they have the same goal. They want to make $100,000 in 1 year, right? Phenomenal goal. They start with guns blazing at 600 horsepower, right? They start month one wraps up. Let's say they keep going. Month three, 6 months hits. Let's just say they're at the $50,000, right? So they're halfway there, right? So they're hitting their goal. At least they're on their way there. And they keep going. They hit the year mark, and they hit their $100,000 goal. Now, the difference in person A and person B is what I want to talk with you guys about on this podcast here. This is the Real Tales podcast, and we are here today to talk about something that I wrote down in my notebook as time travel, guys, and it's the most literal term I think you can really have in regards to time travel. Throughout my journey, I originally wanted to make this video about things that really moved the needle for me personally in my business. Just to give you guys some background on how I got started. I started back in the real estate wholesaling industry back in early 2020, right before the pandemic hit, right? I was just like the people that I described in the example. I was ready to go, guns blazing, super motivated. I was ready just to go out and crush it. I saw all these people on YouTube crushing it. This was before TikTok was even a thing, and influencers on TikTok were making videos. I was just so ready to go, and I got started, and I was so excited to get started. And to make this a long story short, I fell victim to the same troubles as the first example, right? I did not have the clear roadmap, the clear guidance, and the clear coaching and accountability to get me to where I started, to where I really wanted to be. And again, this is what I want to talk with you guys about in this video. Guys, if you are starting a business, it could be whatever business, a real estate wholesaling business, flipping business, you're starting a lawn care business, you're starting a custom sock business, right? Whatever business you're starting, right? It has been done before, especially in our industry. Guys, people have wholesaled hundreds and hundreds of homes a year, have people that have bought rentals buy hundreds and hundreds of units a year. There are cases out there of companies doing extraordinary things in our space. The roadmap has already been laid out. Now, imagine you had a choice, or you had the option to learn the roadmap from one of these companies, right? Let's just say you're in the wholesaling space, or you're in the flipping space, and you have a company that that the CEOs and the executives of the company are teaching and selling a course or a coaching program on how to pretty much replicate their business, right? Let's just say this business is like your dream business, right? They're doing like millions and millions a year. They have a great company. They have a great culture. They have all the things that you want in a business. And they are selling the roadmap. Let's just say it's a very expensive sell, right? Let's just say it costs, I don't know, let's just say $20,000. Pay me $20,000 and I'll tell you how to pretty much have my multi-million dollar a year business. Now, some people would hear that and they'd be like, "Oh my God, $20,000? I mean, are they trying to scam me? This does not seem like it's worth $20,000. I can go learn this on my own. I can go have my own business. Real CEOs, real entrepreneurs don't need to learn from anybody. They can just go do it themselves." That's what I used to think when I first got started. It just doesn't seem worth the money. That's what one group of people would say. The other group, the more, I would say, the more aware and the smarter people would say this. If I spent $20,000 on this course, on this mentorship, right, from legit mentors, right? It's not like some sleek guru on the internet, right? These are real bona fide business people. Let's just say I spent the money on this education. If you really think about it, I could pretty much time travel 5 years into the future and get rid of all the ignorance, all the mistakes that I will make in that, say, 5 years, and just pretty much have a rapid period of growth that instead of it taking me 5 years, it would take me 6 months to a year. So essentially, I'd be saving myself 4 years of time, 5 years of time. And it's essentially time travel if you really think about it. I mean, because instead of me having to learn all these lessons and all this trial and tribulation and all these nuances in 5 years, I just get to learn it all right now. This sounds like a great deal. If I'm only charged if you're only charging me $20,000 to save me 5 years of my life or longer, who knows, right? I guess it's industry specific and person specific. So that is that is how the intelligent person thinks in those types of situations. Now, guys, I am not selling a $20,000 coaching program. I just want to make that very clear. But I will say that throughout my journey, the biggest points of improvement, the biggest, I would say, like times where there was huge leaps in my business is when I took coaching and mentorship seriously from other people that were more successful than I am. I remember paying my first mentor. I paid him $4,000, right? Now it's pretty much almost all the money I had to spend at that time, right? I mean, I was so just down and confused, I would say, unclear about the path ahead of me in this business. I didn't know really what the next steps were. I didn't know how to really get from where I am to where I wanted to be. And I just submitted to the fact that I needed mentorship, right? And I came from a background where I thought that, oh no, mentorship is only for, people that just aren't as smart as me, right? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm born to be an entrepreneur. I don't necessarily need this mentor to teach me, right? Because all entrepreneurs just learn on their own, right? They don't get lessons. They don't from other people. They don't learn from other people. They don't, learn. That's literally what I thought. Um, but I eventually got to a point where it was a year into the business, and I needed some help, and so I hired a coach, and that coach took me from what I was doing then to six figures, to multiple six figures actually, and this is very recently over the last, I say, couple of months. I have this new goal where I want to eventually hit the 7-figure mark. And it's something that I've realized is not easy. It's not a easy task, right? A lot of businesses can't say that they make $1 million a year. So what I did was I hired a coach to help me with doing that. And hiring that coach really stuck in my head the importance of the concept of time travel through mentorship, and essentially also cutting down ignorance tax. And I know Alex Hormozy has coined that term, has said it a lot on his podcast, which I absolutely love. And the term ignorance tax is just rings so true for so many entrepreneurs, right? The tax of not knowing what you should know, right? Let's just say your goal is that you want to make $1 million, right? Let's say you're making $100,000 right now and you want to make $1 million. That means essentially it's costing you $900,000 to not know how to make $1 million, right? So let's just say that there's somebody that's selling a mentorship or a course or knowledge, and it costs a pretty penny. I know it's not costing me $900,000. I know no one's charging me that to learn how to make $1 million business. So the return is always going to be there if it's well applied. So back to the point of mentorship and my personal journey. That has been the absolute best way to scale, to grow, and to excel and elevate in this world of entrepreneurship. So for anybody there that has not wanted to join mentorships or has thought that mentorship and guidance and mimicking the roadmap that somebody else has created is not for them, I seriously have to judge your commitment to entrepreneurship. And I really have to judge your commitment to what you want to do, and the goals that you set for yourself and for your families. Because mentorship will, number one, cut down your time to learn by multiple X's. And not only that, guys, the roadmap has already been laid out for you. Save yourselves the headache, the mental real estate, and just absorb the knowledge that's already been applied and been succeeded at, and just apply it in your business. And it'll work, guys. I promise you it will work. Now, how do you come across these places of knowledge, right? Where do you go to find the right ones, right? Because nowadays everybody has a course, right? Every person that's done their first deal or like 5 deals wants to sell you a course on how to wholesale, or every person that's made $1,000 on the stock market wants to teach you how to day trade, right? You got all these guys out there and gals out there that are propping themselves up as mentors, and I personally don't prop myself up as a mentor at all. I don't sell mentorship. I don't sell courses. I will probably never sell courses. Right? This is just an avenue just to communicate with the world and to communicate with like-minded individuals. But how do you find the best ones? Number one, figure out where all the successful people are getting their mentorship from, right? And it's really easy to find this, actually. What you need to do is you pretty much need to find out where, because these mentorships have a lot of renewals, right? At least a lot of them do. Like, it's like you pay, let's just say $1,000 for 6 months, and then you have to renew it every 6 months, right? You need to find out which mentors have the highest renewal rates, right? Who keeps going back to this mentor, to this person, and learning from them, right? That is probably the best way to learn how to do it. Now, it's really hard to do that within a Facebook group. It's really hard to do that within a place where a community around a mentorship has already been created. So that's probably not the best place to find it. But if you go to like a local RIA, or you go to like a local, even not a local, even if it's like a national like meetup, and you ask around, it's like, hey, where are the big players, the people that you want to replicate, getting their information from, right? Ask them like, hey, who are your mentors? Like who gave you the roadmap? Like who have you learned from to get to where you are today? And they'll probably give you a couple names, right? So that is probably the best way to learn how to find the knowledge that you need to receive and to learn and to grow in your business. Goes without being said, guys, once you get that knowledge, implement it. I feel like you guys already understand that. And if you don't, well, I mean, it's probably not going to work out for you. But just make sure that you guys apply it 100%. Don't try to recreate the wheel based off of somebody else's model. Make sure that you guys learn the information, implement it, and then you guys will just soar. I mean, you guys will move mountains. I promise you. But that is going to be it for today's quick episode. Hope you guys are doing well. Me personally, I am coming off of a cold. I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice. My voice feels a little bit scratchy still, but still wanted to come out for you guys and share this. So if you guys like this, please make sure you guys share it. We have some amazing guests coming on in the next couple of weeks that I'm really, really excited to have on for you guys. So, um, oh, also, I want to say for everybody that is a Muslim that is celebrating Ramadan, Ramadan Kareem to everybody that's celebrating Ramadan. And that is it for today, guys. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys next week. Goodbye.